Hey friends, this is Alana with Her Home and Harvest. Today I just wanted to take you guys outside because my apples are ready to harvest. It is mid-June and these apples are not supposed to be ready till July, but I pulled one off yesterday and it was more than ready. So I wanted to go and get them harvested, and it's super windy outside, so I just wanted to make this intro indoors, and then I'll bring you back inside and we can weigh them and see how much we got. Just a little bit of additional information about these trees first. They were put in the ground in roughly February of 2020, maybe March. I'm pretty sure I bought them in February of 2020. But they were cut down to knee height. I did not know there was a difference between pruning apples at the time than there is to pruning peaches and like stone fruit. So they're kind of growing wonky, but they're growing well enough as far as I'm concerned. I do know some people try to prune apples to a goblet shape, which is essentially what I tried to do without realizing that's not what you're really encouraged to do. You're usually encouraged to do a central leader or a modified central leader, which they're kind of trying to do that on their own. So in the coming years, we may change that. But I got roughly 4 pounds of these are Anna apples, and then just 1 pound of the golden Dorsets, which I'm going to have to, or sorry, 1.5 pounds. I'm gonna have to throw this one away because it's filled with ants on the inside. So there you go. I mean, sure, we could call that 2 pounds. We're gonna call it 2 pounds. Okay, so I'm coming out for the second time now and harvesting both trees, the Anna apples and the golden Dorsets, and this time I definitely got more than any of the other times. I come out once more, but this was definitely the biggest harvest. These apples were perfect this time. I think the first time I picked some a little early and some a little too late, and the second time that I came out to harvest, most of the apples were kind of right at that perfect spot. I did learn that I prefer to pick my golden Dorsets a little bit early because they get kind of soft if you wait until there's no green left and they've got that nice kind of yellow pale color, which my husband preferred them that way, but I'm the one eating most of them. So I picked them when they still had a little green on them. And then this is the most I've gotten off of these trees. Last year, the harvest was probably less than half of what I got this year. But again, I planted them in 2020, so I'm kind of expecting the harvest to get a little bit bigger next year as well. I did thin about 40 off the tree this year, 40 or so. I don't know the exact number. I just know it was more than a couple dozen. Thinning off the fruit early on really helps produce bigger fruit, and it also, if you have small branches like I do, it also prevents them from breaking the branch. I really I'm not a fan of netting my trees, mostly because it's my trees are all growing on a slope and it's kind of scary to do that. But it has definitely helped with keeping the birds off of my fruit. And I know it's hard to see here, but I got 4 pounds 9 ounces of Anna apples and 4 pounds 2 ounces of golden Dorsett apples. All right, this is the last time I came out to harvest the apples. I'm only showing you the 3 times that I came out and really harvested a bunch. There were definitely a handful that I just grabbed, like one here, one there. But for the most part, this is what I got. 2 pounds of Anna apples, and I got 1 pound of golden Dorsets. I just doubled the weight I actually got from these 3 apples because I had gotten 3 other apples earlier that I had already eaten, so I'm just gonna assume that they weighed about the same. All right, so that's the end of our apple harvest for this year. I will tally up the weights and the totals of apples that I got. I will do that right here. So we've got our Anna apples, how much they ended up weighing and how many I ended up getting, and the golden Dorsets, how much they ended up weighing and how many I actually got from the tree. This does not include a few that went missing and a few that fell off the tree or were pecked by birds and I threw away because they were already rotten, so I didn't count those because I couldn't eat those. I'd say that's a pretty good harvest for these little tiny trees that I have. The peaches and the pluots are clearly doing better, but I love apples, and I'd say it's a pretty good harvest for a family of 3 right now. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you guys like this video and want to see more like it, please subscribe, and if you would give it a thumbs up, I appreciate it. or let me know in the comments if there's suggestions that you have, or just anything you think I should know about apples, or maybe if you're growing your apples, tell me how they did this year. Thank you guys again, and I'll see you next time. Bye.